Morning, guys. Mark Ferrasci with ProTech Dog Training. All right, this morning we're gonna go short and sweet. I just want to pull the dog out and work him, and I want you to pay attention to me trying to catch a pattern. I'm after the pattern, I'm after the click treat, and then I'm gonna break, but I want to start trying to get a lot less breaks into toy, because if he's high on toy, he's going to want that toy and he may not work as good for food. So I'm going to take the toys out as much as I can and try to treat the toy with a lot of chasing type stuff to get him more into that food. And I'm out for a development stage that I sense that'll get me to a point where I can start building on, okay? So you have to have something to be able to think of it like booting up a computer, all right? We've got to have something, a baseboard to work with, and then we take it from there and we can start growing it, all right? It's just like booting a computer. It's not too much different. I'll be right back. Good boy, Loki. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go, buddy. Come on, let's go. Good boy, good. Nope, come on, Bubbles. Yeah, good boy. All right, ready? Let's go. Good boy, good. Up. That's my boy, good. Yeah, it's a Bubbles, huh? Good boy. Oh, good boy, good. Oh, good boy, good. That's my boy. Ready? Oh, yep. Yeah, yep. Good boy, good. That's my boy. All right, ready? All right. Yep. Good boy, good. Nope. You're not eating the food this morning. What's up with that, huh? All right. Ready? Let's go. Good boy, good. Yep. Nope. Oh, we're dropping food everywhere because you're not taking it down the gullet. Yes. Good boy, good. You ready? Yep. Come on, let's do some chase. Oh, good boy, good. Nope. Oh, yes, good. Good boy, good. All right, let's go. Up, come on. Nope. Good. All right, ready? Nope. Oh, good. That's my boy. There you go, good. And you right now see a little bit of why we have to be very cognizant and aware of drive state, because I brought him out and tried to pump him up, and it's kind of getting in the way. He's a little bit too much. Nope, come on. Nope. Yes, good. I bent his head and I held it there until he gave me what I wanted. And a lot of this is basically teaching the dog to learn. So learning to learn to a point where he starts learning that is the right answer. And that's a lot of what this is. I look at yes as being just that. It's a terminal bridge marker, but it's telling the dog in a nutshell that yes, that is the right answer. And then timing is important. Good. Now watch the dog start to grow a little bit more and more. Yes, good. Now he's accepting my hand. The idea behind this, there was one trainer that I was watching that she had this thing of sticking the hand out, basically saying there's no opportunity for a reward when the hand is closed. When the hand is open, there's opportunity. So I'm keeping that kind of thing with him. I'm keeping it closed, and then when he does the right thing, boom, and right away, you're a Pez machine. So that right away I flip it and it goes into yes, see, that timing of release of that food. So the teasing is right there. He can smell it. He knows it's there. He wants it. You're bringing up the drive because you look at him work for it. And then right away you click and you open that hand, okay? So timing is important. And we'll talk more about that as we go along. But timing is very important when you're doing this stuff. And then when you build, you're teaching the dog, good, that's my boy, yep, good boy, good. That's my boy. Now think about where the dog's brain was at. That time period that I had spent on that one little thing was drawing on him to a point where it could have been, he would have been checking out. He would have been doing all kinds of things based on boredom. Yep, good boy. So when you break is important because you're breaking into something else that keeps his mind into wanting to stay in the game. Good boy, good. Yep. Good boy, that's my boy. Good boy, good. So my whole thing when I talked to you just when I opened this little video was about him wanting to do toys and me staying away from it. Well, his attention span and where his head's at wanting to be a puppy, it makes it kind of hard. Look where he's going, okay? So now I don't have the dog's engagement into my food, into me, do I? And that's because of his drives towards wanting to play. So what I would do is take this time level that we just came out, there's a whole time level and how long this session lasted, and I will sense it, I'll feel it, and I'll break into the toys, and then I'll try to stretch how long it takes me to get to that point where I break into the toys, okay? So this isn't advantageous to training right now with what he's doing. Nope. And how do I win? I really can't. So then you've got a time level that's involved. And let's talk about that a little bit. Good boy, good. I'll get him in the toys. Yep, good boy, good. Yep. Time level is really important. We know that the dog has, at this age, has a very little attention span, okay? So I sense and know when the dog's checking out and starting to do other behaviors that the productivity of my training session is not being conducive. He's going into other things. So I have a couple choices. I can quit, which is one way of doing it, short and sweet. We want to quit on the high point, quit on what we're trying to do with him. Or I can try to develop into this toy like you see me doing, where I crescendo it. And then I let him have a release into the toys. Dogs are not cognizant of time as far as saying it's 3 o'clock, it's 4 o'clock. They don't know that, but they have a very keen awareness of a time schedule where when I do something, and right away I give it down, and duration's the best way to explain it. So I start my duration with getting the dog to down, and I start saying good, and I teach him what that duration marker is about, and then I start stretching that time level. Well, they're very cognizant of a time level. It's an amazing thing with a dog. They can't tell time, but they know that when at 5 o'clock you come home from work every day, and they start getting excited before that happens. And they may even get to the point where they're excited and their ears will come in and they'll hear that vehicle down the way. And how do they know that dad's coming home from work? And they're all excited about that. They have a sense of time. It's really uncanny, but it's something you're going to play on. Realize that there's a time level involved with this. How long this dog stays invested with me, I'm going to end up starting to work that and feel that and start making sure I break into toys, and I'll try to stretch that time level a little longer to keep the dog with me and keep him engaged with me. And that's the whole goal. You can't teach him anything if he's not engaged with me. So he stopped being engaged in wanting the food. He started going after my boots. And so this is something I have to deal with. So when I work, I'm looking for that, trying to stretch that time level, keep the dog with me. A lot of it is age dependent. In other words, his attention span right now is a lot less. As he matures and gets older, he'll have a little bit more attention span. But I want to be cognizant and aware of that and trying to stretch that time level a little longer so he stays invested with me before I have to break into these toys. All right, now the food reward has a different drive state than the toy reward. With a dog like this, he wants that toy. I could have kept no toys in it, but I wouldn't be able to build drive. Okay, a lot of this stuff is doing things. It's starting to sprinkle. I'm going to have to take off my cameras out here, and I don't have anything covering it, so I'm going to have to cut. But just keep that in mind as we keep doing this, and look at the time level. How long am I doing it from when I take him out, he hits that table, and I hit this pattern before he starts checking out, doing other things, and not being invested into that food. That's my goal, to keep him into the food. Why? Because I need that tool in my toolbox, just like I need the clicker we were talking about. And my goal is to layer in the clicker, layer in food, then layer in toy, okay? So that I have all these things in my toolbox to work with. If I do it right, I'll be able to end up having value in all of them, instead of having a dog that only wants food or only wants toy. I want them all there, and then I have to be cognizant and aware of the drive state of the animal when each one of these gets presented. Okay, and teach the dog to stay invested in the food and stay there, and that drive state is different. So again, manipulation of drive state and cognizant and awareness of this session is important as you get growing and working with your puppy. So we'll talk about more about it as we go along, because I can relate to it when I start doing it, and then I can relate it to you. I can and give you that feedback as I'm experiencing. And that's the whole idea with working with this puppy, is to be able to let you see this, and then my feedback and my yakking at the screen will start accenting some of these things that I go through when I'm working, that happen on an unconscious side of my brain and a conscious awareness of it as well. But it's an instinct. It's something I've been doing for so long, and I'll try to pass on some of this to you as I'm working with you, or you're watching these videos. I'll talk to you later. Mark Ferrasci, ProTech Dog Training, and Loki. All right, Loki, good boy.